Hello, YouTube. I just got off such an inspiring client call. She's a new business client, and it was just such an incredible call. And I've had great calls yesterday with my clients as well. And something that comes up is the fears that keep us where we are. Our subconscious mind, right? You can be super, super aware that you have these fears, but our subconscious mind isn't designed for us to thrive. So this is why sometimes it can feel like you're doing all of the work and you have all the right strategy and you have the perfect to-do list and you're doing the journaling, everything, right? But you feel like you're not making progress, or you feel like it's this big slog, this uphill battle, because the subconscious mind isn't designed to make us thrive. It's designed for our survival. So if you have survived by being in a fear of judgment or fear of success or a fear of failure because of what you perceive is going to happen, if you go after what you want, then you are going to stay there. And this is what I see with a lot of business owner. And that's why with my woman mastery methodology, when you're a business client, I don't just do all strategy and be like, this is what we're doing with content, your messaging, your marketing, your sales. No, I go into how do we see ourselves? How are we behaving? How are we actually witnessing ourselves? And the inner work that will change your life is being able to witness yourself, your patterns, your behaviors, not being self-aware, because self-awareness isn't the key. This is what a lot of people think. I'm so self-aware, I know what I'm doing. No, you need to move into a conscious awareness. When you become consciously aware of exactly why you are doing what you're doing, where a fear has stemmed from a past memory and your resentments, you learn how to neutralize and live your life in neutrality and see the benefits and drawbacks of everything. This is the game changer. This is the thing that will change your life. And most of the time, what I see with high achieving women is they have these big dreams, these big desires, these big ambitions. They want to create so much. They have this huge vision for their life, which I love. And it's so inspiring. But inspiration isn't going to get you to where you want to go. You need to do the work to actually witness why you're doing what you're doing. If you are waking up every single day and you have a big vision, but you're repeating the same behaviors, you're writing the same to-do list, you're keeping yourself busy, not productive, right? But you're selling yourself you're productive, but you're just keeping yourself busy. If you keep complaining about the same things, if within a 90-day period, your income or your abundance, right? It doesn't just have to be money in your bank or cash in hand. Your abundance is opportunities, experiences, things that happen that are moving in your favor. If those aren't shifting, if it's not moving, then there is something you need to witness in yourself and start to undo and create the foundation for change. You have to do it. You have to change it. You have to do that thing. And that's the inner work that is going to change everything for you. Is number one, witnessing, having a conscious awareness of why you are exactly where you are. If you have achieved a lot of success, I work with high achieving women who have already achieved so much success in their life, but they're like, why aren't I getting to that next level? Why aren't I attracting, I've got the career success. Why aren't I attracting and keeping and sustaining a romantic relationship? Or I've got the relationship. Why is my business falling apart? Why aren't I making any more money? Why aren't I attracting the clients I want? Witness what you're doing. Get so super curious on the fear that is dictating. Again, going back to what I said at the start, your mind is wired for survival. It's not wired for you to thrive. Even though consciously you're like, if I thrive, we're going to live such a better life. We're going to have more money, more opportunities, better relationships, a better business, career, promotion, health, fitness. Like, even though consciously I know that you're saying that, your brain is like, no, what has gotten you to where you currently are is survival. And that survival, like I'm keeping you safe. I'm wired for you to be safe. And what's safe is you right now. And this is what we need to understand. Like, you don't just have a fear of success. What does that even mean? You need to understand, what do you believe is a negative perception or the negative thing that is going to happen when you achieve that success. But what is success for you? This is really reverse engineering. Just noticed something on my phone. This is really, really reverse engineering. Like, what does that mean? When I speak to people, they're like, I just have a fear of success, or I just have a fear of judgment. Okay. What does that mean? What does that even mean? Fear of judgment. Oh, I'm scared what my friends are going to think. Okay, but what is your perception of what's going to happen? That's the fear. Are you afraid that it's not just about what your friends are going to think? You're afraid that they're not going to accept you anymore, and you want to be accepted in your friend group, which makes you not show up in the content with your business with your true opinions? Or do you have a fear of failure, that if you fail, that your family is going to be disappointed in you, and you don't, deep down, you don't want to be, you don't want to deal with your family being disappointed with you. So that's why you don't even go after the promotion in your career that's going to get you more success, even though you consciously really want it. That fear of your family being disappointed if you fail overrides everything. And so it's then working like, how can I change that? How can I neutralize that? Neutralizing is understanding a fear is a future imagination that stems from a past memory of a resentment. If you don't understand your resentments, and the way that I just explained to my client just now, imagine a swimming pool and you have the beach balls and you're filling the pool with all these inflatable beach balls, right? You're filling it up, filling it up, filling it up. Those beach balls are the resentments that you are working that you have collected in your life. Resentments are past memories. When we have resentments collected up, they create a fear, a future imagination. So you are operating with this pool of resentments and fear that you haven't neutralized and popped. And what you are trying to do on top of those, you're trying to bring on the good stuff, the subliminals, the EFT tapping, the thinking positive, trying harder, more to-do lists, keeping busy. And then what's going to happen once you're piling everything on top of these beach balls? They're going to fall off eventually. And that's why nothing's sustainable. That's why you keep in the same loops. That's why you keep doing the same thing over and over again, or you see a little bit of success and the brain goes, oh, yes, we attracted an extra $50 in our salary. See, working an extra 20 hours this week. We're like, that's worth it. It's going to be worth it. It's what we tell ourselves. No, clear out everything you're doing. Clear out why you're holding on to these fears and the resentments. And I do this process. And if you're resonating with this, I think it's the first link in the show notes. It's the Woman Mastery Bundle. My method is the Woman Mastery methodology. If you want to learn part of this, definitely get into that bundle. I still have my Black Friday hot offers on. Like I really like, the trainings aren't just me speaking and like making you feel good. I believe in tangible things, right? So you can go away and by the end of the week, you're actually taking action. Go into that, get into that. Highly recommend. But this is the thing, most people walk around like this swimming pool with all these beach balls full of resentment, right? How to know if this is you? You're highly reactive. You take things personally. You always have some excuse or justification for not trying something new or doing something different. Always. Maybe you've been saving for years to start a business, and now you've got $100,000 in your bank account to start a business, but you keep saying, oh, it's not the time, or my sister just had a baby and I'm helping her, I'm going to be too busy, or like I'm going to just like wait until things slow down at work because they need me right now. If you were justifying and using excuses, you like, especially the justification, I prefer that word. If you were seriously justifying everything that you were doing all of the time, that's a barrier towards the success you desire. That's a clear indication that you're just operating full of resentment, full of these emotional charges that are creating fears that aren't serving you. So again, you can try another strategy. You can try a longer to-do list. You can try work harder. This is why you see people who, and I'm not negating, right? I've run and owned this business for 5.5 years. It takes discipline. It takes focus. Discipline and focus. So I'm not going to be like, yeah, you do this and everything's a breeze and it's so easy. It's not. Discipline and focus. But I don't believe in like, we need to work ourselves to the burnout, to the bone, where we hate life, we're not having fun. What's the point of life if it's not fun? Saying this in a TikTok earlier this morning, like what is the point? Like, tell me, what's the point of life if it's not even fun? And if you're sitting here and you're like, well, I'm in this job because I need to pay bills. Okay, so what's stopping you from looking for a job that is fun? Or you can tap into your creative ways. What's stopping you in using that money you saved and going traveling for a bit of time and coming back and getting a new job? What's stopping you from actually starting that business? What if it does fail? What if it does? And then what? You get another job? When I quit my job in 2019 and moved to Bali, I had $700 in my savings. I started a business, right? Do I recommend people to just go all in and do that? No, I don't, because there's logistics to that, right? But worst case scenario, what would I have done? Worst case scenario, I quit my job, $700 in saving, which by the way, $680 of that went to the first month in my villa. So $20. I had to make it work. But do you know what I would have done? Is if I failed, first of all, failure equals feedback. So that's just giving me feedback. But I would have just had to go back home to Perth, where I was living at the time, move back in with my dad, probably I was working in the fitness industry, probably get another fitness industry job and start again and go plan B. I've known in my heart, I feel it on a cellular level that I've always meant to be an entrepreneur. I've always meant to have my own business. But that's the worst case scenario. Most people go, yeah, I can't. I don't want to do that though. I don't want to feel that. I don't want to fail. Failure equals feedback. Right? Success is great. We love success. We celebrate success. Success feels so freaking good in the body. You don't learn from success. You learn what you're really good at. But failure teaches you what you need to change and what you're not good at. And when you learn what you're not good at and you witness yourself, you can move so much quicker. The people who fail are the people who can't make decisions quickly. If you are umming and ahhing over something and it's taking your time, you're always like that. Again, it's just as that's another indication with the justification. If you can't make a decision, if you can't move, you need to be able to move and move quickly. And I don't mean, again, something rash like, okay, today go quit your job and start that business. No, of course not. But I mean, if let's say that you have been looking at, you wanted to invest in someone, you have the money, you know you can make it work, but you've been going back and forth for like the past 6 months. No, make a decision. If you have been taking a month to think of to design a logo on Canva for your business, no, make a decision, get it out there. I've used the same Canva for the past 6 years for my business. And if I scroll back all through Canva, I might actually do it today. I like to do it once in a while to see how far I've come. I would never use any of that now, any of that marketing. I'm like, oh my God, I can't believe I thought that good. But that's the beauty. Imagine if I just sat on that for 6 months in Bali. I definitely would have found it. Definitely would have to come home and live with my dad and start it again and get a job. But everything that I'm saying now, the inner work is you need to witness yourself. You need to understand. This is what I do with my clients, is you need to understand what's happening at the root. Stop adding things on and instead start to witness yourself, why you are the way you are, why you're not doing something. You don't just procrastinate. You procrastinate because you can't regulate to what you think is going to happen on the other side of not procrastinating. Right? Procrastination is just your body trying to regulate. Right? Every time you are going to put out an offer for your business and then you find yourself scrolling on TikTok, it's not because you need more time or because you don't know, you do know. It's because you can't regulate to, if you put out that offer, people are going to sign up, you're going to make more money, and then you start freaking out. What am I going to do with that money? I need to pay taxes. What are people going to think of me if I sell? See, it becomes this long line. Get better at noticing yourself and really being able to understand yourself. This is the inner work. This is the key. Anyway, I've got to go. I've got to go drive somewhere. But I felt super inspired to just share this from my great client calls, not only this morning, but from this week. And something for you to think about. And like I said, the hot offer, Black Friday hot offer of the Woman Mastery Bundle is in the show notes below. It's a no-brainer. It's the price it is, it's a no-brainer. But it's more so important if you resonated with this and you want some like actual okay, that's all well and good. So what am I doing to move forward? Steps, because I'm a big fan of that. Go and consume that. And then slide into my DMs on Instagram and keep me updated. But I appreciate everyone that's come live. If you're watching the replay, I hope that you've gotten something out of this. Let me know in the comments below what you've gotten out of this. Or if you have another topic or something I brought up here that you want me to speak about, please write it in the comments below and I will do a live on it. Appreciate all of you. Speak to you soon. Bye.